Hi, I'm Chaplain Joel Harris with some thoughts on the promise on today's Touch of Grace. By Christmas of 1939, Europe was at war, and to say that the British people were nervous would be an understatement. The forces of fascism had already swept eastward and were turning their sights to the west. As was the tradition, King George would issue his annual New Year message to the people of Britain. But what words could encourage his people in this hour of uncertainty? Knowing their need for assurance, King George stepped to the microphone and, quoting the words penned by M. Louise Haskin, said, "I said to the man at the gate of the year, 'Give me a light that I may go forth into the unknown.' And the man replied, 'Put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be to you better than a light, safer than a known way.'" Those words, often repeated throughout the war, are just as true today in our uncertain times. Of course, we prefer it differently. If it were up to us, we would have some assurance that all will be well in the coming year. But maybe King George knew better. For God never promises certain prosperity or the certainty of no difficult times. The assurance he promises is much better. As the prophet Jeremiah wrote, "For I know the plans I have for you, says God. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a hope and a future. In those days when you pray, I will listen. If you look for me in earnest, you will find me when you seek me." God promises something better than no hard times. That would be impossible. Instead, he promises his presence through all times, the certain and the uncertain. So as the old rock song said, put your hand in the hand of the man and have a new year fit for our King. I'm Chaplain Joel Harris, wishing for this new year and all the years to come that you have grace days.